You are listening to A to Jet Noise, and this is the Morning Flyby. Republicans declare war on Facebook and Twitter. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri formally requested on Thursday that Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg both appear before the U.S. Senate to testify on their company's individual decisions to censor the New York Post reports on Hunter Biden's smoking gun email, revealing how Hunter Biden had introduced his then VP dad to a Ukrainian businessman. That would be Joseph Robinette Biden. A letter was written inviting the big tech bosses to testify before the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Terrorism in a hearing called Digital Platforms and Election Interference. On top of that, the Republicans being all mushy-faced with the muckety-mucks in social media, they say, "Hold on, you son of a bitch!" Federal Communications Commission Chairman Ajit Pai issued a statement warning that change is coming to the rule of governing the federal regulation of companies like Twitter and Facebook. The statement read, "Throughout my tenure at the Federal Communications Commission, I've favored regulatory parity, transparency, and free expression. Social media companies have First Amendment rights to free speech, but they do not have First Amendment right to special immunity denied to other outlets such as newspapers and broadcasters." Now that must have scared the heck out of somebody, because Twitter reversed course on Thursday and said that they would allow users to post the controversial New York Post story damaging to the Joe Biden presidential campaign. Twitter's head legal policy, trust, and safety, Vijaya God, tweeted, or we're going to say Gadi, I really messed that up, tweeted Thursday evening that after much public input, they would be changing their policies to allow people to post the controversial smoking gun story about about Hunter Biden. Dueling town halls went just as expected. Again, if you don't know who you're voting for, come on. Trump and Biden went head to head last night, answering questions from audience members. Trump on NBC took on a fairly feisty Savannah Guthrie. Feisty is the word I'm using, and I'm sticking with it. It was more like the Trump-Guthrie debate, it was actually just like that. So, I don't know, Savannah, you might get more votes than Joe. Might get on it. And Biden was on ABC with George Stephanopoulos playing softball. Taking questions. Although there was one very unexpected moment during the Biden town hall when asked by George Stephanopoulos, "Are you still not a fan of packing the court?" Biden's response was, "Depends," quote, "depends on how it's handled." Depends on how it's handled. That is the headline, folks. Democrat California Senator Dianne Feinstein is facing calls to step down. Democrat operatives became enraged with Senator Feinstein after her performance on the panel at the Amy Coney Barrett panel. As Dianne was supposed to find a way to, make her look like she was grabbing, or she was. The last straw was drawn after she said the following: "I just want to thank you. This has been one of the best set hearings that I've participated in. Thank you so much for your leadership." Why were the Democrat operatives enraged? It's because she said that to Lindsey Graham. Yes, former Hillary Clinton 2016 campaign press secretary Brian Fallon leads the attack on Senator Feinstein. He issued a statement. It's time for Senator Feinstein to step down because she was being nice. She was really, no, I take that back. Quote, it's time for Senator Feinstein to step down from her leadership position on the Senate Judiciary Committee. If she won't, her colleagues will need to intervene. She has undercut Democrats' positions at every step of this process, from undermining calls for filibusters and court reform, straight to thanking Republicans for the most egregious partisan power grab in the modern history of Supreme Court. Didn't sound much like the Biden's repeated claims of bringing both sides together has gotten around to the rest of the Democrats. Trump administration, sorry, I need to get back to prisoners. Indeed, now eligible to receive Wu-Flu stimulus checks. A federal judge this week ordered the Internal Revenue Service to stop withholding $1,200 coronavirus stimulus checks from the people in state federal prisons who are otherwise eligible to receive the money under the CARES Act. Last May, the IRS initially revised its guidance for the coronavirus stimulus program, saying incarcerated people didn't qualify for the money, and that the people who had already received the cash should return it. A class action lawsuit brought on behalf of affected prisoners challenged the move, arguing that the $2.2 trillion CARES Act stimulus set out clear eligibility requirements for the checks. Did not exclude. Look, they're going to get their money. The IRS is fighting it, but they're going to get their money. This whole stimulus check thing is been debacalized. I just made that word up. Wake Forest is finally doing something to cease racist math. Jesus. Racist math. I used to think it was racist too. I hated it. In a piece from Old Gold and Black, that is the student newspaper in Wake Forest, anti-racism comes to the math classroom. Wake Forest Department in Mathematics and Statistics vowed to take racism out of math. How is math racist? We will tell you at the end of this story, Mr. and Mrs. Klansman. Wash those sheets in bleach much? Undergraduate MST 383-B or MST 683-BG for graduates is billed as racist and anti-racist uses of math and stats. The class is a discussion-based It's discussion-based. What are we talking about here? Some beanbag chairs, vegan M&Ms, chai tea, avocado toast. People sitting around. Topics like, I don't know. Why does the number 3 look like the behind of a black woman? But the number 1 is built like a white runway model. And why does number 1 come first? The class is a pilot for what department faculty members hope will become a large swath of courses about the intersection of mathematics and statistics. I can't believe this is happening. Statistics with prevalent societal issues such as racism, sexism, and anti-queerism. Yes, math has affected all of those things. In addition to the course, those interested in decolonizing the department meet every other Monday. White people, why do you need math? Come on. Really? How is math racist? Asked by Racy McRacerson. Well, if you must know, Department Chair Sarah Rayner said, quote, mathematical and statistical models have been employed to create some of the more racist practices of modern times, from over policing and majority dash minority areas to practices in hiring. I have to read that again. Mathematical and statistical models have been employed to create some of the more racist practices of modern times, from over policing in majority minority areas to practices in hiring. I think what she's trying to say is percentage statistics, reveal high crime rate areas draw more attention from the authorities and less opportunity for jobs, which doesn't really solidify the argument that math in itself is racist. Let's get to something that far nicer and far more up our alley here. 56% of Americans say they feel happier in the fall. Do you feel happier in the fall? Comment below. 56% of Americans say they feel happier in the fall. Whether it's walking in the crisp air, surrounded by orange and red maple trees, or enjoying special foods and drinks, the 2,000 Americans polled were nostalgic about the eager season. Nostalgic and eager for the season. Excuse me. I probably need more coffee. The top 3 best aspects of fall, according to the respondents, were watching the leaves change colors, 51%, feeling the chill in the air, 45%, and drinking hot chocolate, 44%. People also love getting ready for the holidays, 40%. Halloween and Thanksgiving. Another big portion of the affection for the season can be found in the kitchen. 40% always look forward to making homemade soup. Baking, cooking, and the tasty spices all figured prominently on the list. Grabbing 9 of the top 20 answers of best things about fall. So anyway, this was A to Jet Noise. This was another morning flyby. Grow with me. Be patient with me. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Again, this thing is going to expand. It's going to get bigger. The ideas are boiling. I just need a little bit more time. Until then, big hug. Be good. Be still. Enjoy your life.